Act 1, Scene 1, Paris, 1792. The noble French Revolution has given way to the bloody reign of terror. The scene opens in the dungeon cells of the Bastille. It is dawn. The first rays of sunlight filter into the confines of the cell block. 3 cells line a narrow hallway. In the cell at stage right, we see the Countess de Tournay and her daughter Suzanne. The Count de Tournay is locked in the center cell. His arms are extended through the bars so he can grasp the hands of his wife and daughter. In cell 3 stands Raymond, a deranged prisoner.
I can't go through with this. I don't want to die.
Be strong, my love. Don't give them the satisfaction of seeing your fear. He restoreth my soul. He guides me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake.
Today's the day. Time for the bourgeoisie to pay the piper.
Be silent, you wretched fool.
Meet the blade, pay the piper.
Quiet in there, or you'll join them on the guillotine.
3 guards enter the cell block and unlock the women's cell.
You've killed my brother. You've killed his family. Haven't you spilled enough blood?
Me? Not nearly enough. How about you?
I'm just starting to enjoy it.
Have you no conscience? Don't you fear the wrath of God?
As you may have noticed, God has not been seen in Paris for quite some time. We haven't seen a beauty like this for some time either. Seems a shame to send her off without a fitting goodbye. What do you think?
As long as I'm the first to say farewell.
First or third, it's all the same to me. Get her clothes off and let's get on with it.
No, take your hands off my daughter!
Wait your turn. We'll get to you soon enough. I'll kill you myself, you filthy devils.
A hideous old hag enters, swabbing the floor with a bucket and mop.
Clean the halls, clean the walls, clean the pots where nature calls.
Come back another time, you mangy hag!
Oh, clean 'em up, clean 'em down, the cleanest cells in British town.
You clumsy old pig! I'll make you eat that mop!
Actually, a mop would be a welcome alternative to your French cuisine.
The hag grabs the guard by the throat, forces him to his knees, and delivers a solid kick to his stomach.
You really should cut down on those rich sauces. They'll be the death of you.
The Scarlet Pimpernel.
At your service, gentlemen.
The Pimpernel pulls a gleaming hidden sword out of the mop handle and quickly kills the first guard.
Ah, you seem to be the next in line.
The Pimpernel engages the second guard in a spirited duel.
Is this the best you can do? Perhaps you were born to terrorize women. My apologies, my lady. One can never predict where these rascals will fall.
Look out!
It's too late. Guard 1 has regained his feet and another duel begins.
You've been a delightful host, but I'm afraid it's time to go.
As the Pimpernel quickly kills the final guard, the Countess swoons and faints dead away at the Pimpernel's feet.
Oh my, I hadn't planned on that. See to your mother, Suzanne.
How do you know my name? Who are you?
There's no time for that. There's a sentry in the cell block. We must escape before he arrives.
There'll be no sentry guard today, Count de Tournay. My men have seen to that.
Bring the prisoners to the yard.
Of course, nothing in this world is truly guaranteed.
The Pimpernel tosses the cell block keys to the sentry.
There's no shame in living to fight another day, my friend.
We seek him here, we seek him there, we Frenchies seek him everywhere. Is he in heaven? Is he in hell? That damned elusive Pimpernel?
What? I have no quarrel with you. Unlock the Count's cell and we'll be off. Oh, think it over. They can find you unconscious or find you dead. It's up to you.
The sentry starts to unlock the Count's cell. Suddenly he steps back and kicks the key, snapping it off in the lock, trapping the Count in the cell.
You might get by me, but you'll leave that Bastille without this bourgeois pig.
That, my friend, was your final bad decision.
The Pimpernel quickly kills the sentry, then tries the lock on the Count's cell. It is hopelessly jammed. Suzanne helps her mother to her feet in the adjoining cell.
Don't worry about me. Get my wife and daughter out of here.
No, Father, we won't leave you.
Do what I say.
Your father is right. We must hurry.
I am not leaving here without my husband.
It is the only way. Don't give up hope. I'll come back for you, I swear. I will come back. Follow me. There's not a moment to spare.
Take me with you!
Sorry, old man. We've enough like you in England as it is.
Scene 2. The unwashed revolutionary masses have gathered at one of the main gates to the city of Paris. The area is cluttered with carts and debris. High above the crowd, another aristocrat is poised to meet his end on the dreaded guillotine. As the crowd waits for the blade to fall, they watch with evil anticipation as Sergeant Bibot, searches everyone and everything that passes through the gate in hopes of capturing fleeing aristocrats.
What's a day for revelry and amusement? Not a cloud to block this jolly affair. Just when we feel sated, our memory reminds us there's always more room for a head on the guillotine stair. What a pleasure cutting the necks of aristos. Strangers all but fun to observe them up there. When they beg for mercy, we merely inform them there's always more room for a head on the guillotine stair.
Men and women, children and infants, it matters not in the least. Royalists who nourish King Louis, while we nourish malice.
The ones who spout and let them eat cake while they gave themselves a feast. Now are free to stuff themselves royally. Let them pretend the Bastille is their palace.
What's a day for settling ancient injustice?
Watching those aristos with nothing to wear. We may not be dressed like nobles or ladies, but we'll be alive when their heads hit the guillotine stare.
While you are in a crowd, while you can hide among all the people, who knows, your day may also come before this farce is through. What will serve you as a guide if Robespierre and Danton have no use for you? Then you'll wish you had a king who answered to his God, to his God.
Don't you love when they forget they are up there? For a moment they become unaware. No one here is better or worse than another. We're all quite the same till your head hits the guillotine stair.
That, of course, is only half of the fun. This show of force impels the rascals to run. But through me, there's no escape. I search from head to toe. They've never fooled the vigilant eyes of Citoyen Bibot. I have never let aristos escape. Amazing how the body changes its shape. Pretzel forms of figure eights, they hope to miss my glare, but none have fooled me as they fooled old Sergeant Grospierre. Last week, with Grospierre at the gate, you know Grospierre, the fool. He let an old man driving a cart pass through the gate without opening all of his casks. Soon, a captain of the guard with a dozen soldiers rides to Grospierre in haste. Was there a cart with an elderly man to which you gave farewell? Know you that man was none other than the Scarlet Pimpernel?
The Englishman?
Yeah, that's right.
The one who abets the aristos?
That's right.
I hear he got more than 100 away. I hear he commands 20 men who obey. I hear that he may be in Paris today.
That's right.
He's over here.
That's right.
He could be among us this moment.
That's right.
He takes the aristocrats' children along. The devil himself couldn't hide for so long. To catch him, we need someone fearless and strong.
That's right.
Curse the Grospierre for his folly! If only he'd captured the elderly man, that Pimpernel!
Nay! The old man was never the Pimpernel. He was the captain of the guard that followed after. Not to worry, Bibot's here to protect you. I am more alert than Paul Grospierre. Watch me as I unmask a thieving aristo. There's always no room for a head on the guillotine stair.
A cart decorated with human scalps approaches.
Have you seen some of their faces? From afar you cannot see. Undivided I was a rolling It's what you'd expect from a rank bourgeoisie. After their heads have been severed, I retrieve all of their curls. I'm short of knitting. I get the best prices in town if they're girls. Others are content to just observe, watch the nobles die like lice, getting what the greedy rich deserve. When the blade fails, they die twice. I am more involved in all the rest. For the corpses I have use. It's much easier to cut some hair from a head that's loose.
Hurry up, old woman! I have many carts to inspect before nightfall. What have you there?
Back in there, that is my grandson. He's been sick more than a week. Doctors think it could be smallpox or the plague.
Do you take me for a fool? Get out, old witch, before you foul me out in your color!
What will serve you as a guide in Robespierre for you? Then you'll wish you had a king who answered to his God, to answer to his God.
The guillotine blade falls, forever silencing the aristo, as Chauvelin, a deadly revolutionary officer, rushes to Bibot with several guards.
Bibot! Has an old hag driving a cart exited here?
Are there many old hags?
With a grandson who had the plague.
Ha! Yes, sir! I just sent her away. The last thing we need in Paris is an outbreak of the plague.
You idiot! Do you know who that was? There's always more room for a head.
On the guillotine stand.
Arrest Sergeant Bibot! He is guilty of aiding an enemy of the people, the Scarlet Pimpernel!
Scene 3. We are outside a fisherman's hut on the rocky coast of France, where Armand St. Just, Sir Andrew Ffoulkes, and George Talbot await their leader, the Scarlet Pimpernel.
So, George, have you told him
Told him what?
about your impending marriage?
No, I've not told him.
Courage, man! Tell the Pimpernel the truth.
Courage! Ha! A fine thing for you to say, Mr. Piss in his pants.
That's enough of that. Must I whip you soundly to shut you up?
Try your best, my heroic lad.
Hold, there are you two arguing again?
This pipsqueak needs a beating.
There's never a shortage of bravery when the enemy is miles away.
Men who don't have the gumption, men who don't have the grit, blow their horn to the world at large instead about where they sit.
Men who haven't the muscles, men who punch at your knees, would do better to climb on a roof so as to water the breeze.
But what you have in common is your love of a brawl. You both are gallant fighters, loyal to the call.
It's easy to be a hero where things are black or white. You save a fellow's life and escape or lose your life in the fight. It's easy to be a hero who live without a bride. No looking past the evening to come when death is right by your side. Heroes all, we are the chosen few, saviors of all the oppressed. Rich or poor, we have our job to do. It matters not how difficult the test.
It's easy to be a hero, to earn respect from your peers. The only error you should avoid is blurting out all your fears. A man's when duty calls him, it's clear as break of day. The instinct from the challenge he sees can never lead him astray.
Heroes all, we are the chosen few, saviors of all the oppressed. Rich or poor, we have our job to do. It matters not how difficult the test. Since we're speaking of courage, Armand here had his chance. When the enemy neared him at last, Armand wetted his pants. If that weren't the nadir, pants he used for a loo. Armand outdid himself once again, and also did number 2.
Georgie, you're quite forgetting. Lacking flaws, you're not. They found you hiding back of a sheep. Is that your favorite spot? I hope your future wife has seen you face to face. Once she hears the story, she'll know your cherished place.
Heroes all, we are the chosen few, saviors of all the oppressed. Rich or poor, we have a job to do. It matters not how difficult the test. Heroes all, we are the chosen few, saviors of all the oppressed. Though we fight with one another too, we band together when we're on a quest.
George, you must tell him of your wedding.
But if I do, he'll not let me continue with our cause.
It would be right. A man with a wife has no place here.
How about the master himself? He has taken a wife, the prettiest actress in all of France.
I'll thank you to leave Marguerite out of your conversation.
I only mention your sister because I don't understand why the master can have a wife and the rest of us can't.
We do not question Lord Blakeney, George.
We are sworn to follow him blindly, wherever he leads.
I told you before, lads, do not follow me. Follow your hearts and fight for a cause that's right and good. To risk your lives for anything else is folly.
Sir, I mean no disrespect, but they've been chiding me.
I heard, and they are right. You must resign yourself from our group.
But you have a wife too, Lord Blakeney.
She knows nothing of what we do, and every day is yet another secret that drives a wedge between us. Besides, a man who worries about a wife and a family is a liability to us all. Don't be sad, George. A woman you can love is a rare gift.
No, master, you may be right. When I think of her, it is like
The sun rising. Yes, I understand, George. Now take Andrew with you and see to the Countess and her lovely daughter.
It's easy to be a hero, it's boredom that we dread. You save the fairest maid in the land and end the day in her bed.
And now, Armand, perhaps you'd like to tell me why you were not at the Bastille and why you did not dispose of the cell block sentry as we had planned?
Our strategy was flawed. There was not 1 sentry at the door, there were 3. I could not chance the commotion of doing battle with such a number while you were still inside the prison. I'm sorry. At the time, I thought it was the right decision.
Save your apologies for the Count de Genier. Thanks to your decision, he is still trapped in his cell.
I have failed you again, my lord.
You have failed the Count, Armand, and you have failed yourself.
I'll make things right. I'll go back to the Bastille. I'll rescue him myself.
Rest easy, lad. First, I must formulate a new plan. You will be involved if you so desire. But know this, Armand. Whether there are 3 guards or 300, you must carry your weight like all the others.
I will. I swear I will. You won't mention this to Andrew or George?
Is that why you risk your life, Armand? To impress Andrew and George with your bravery?
Of course not. I am trying to right the wrongs of this bloody revolution, just as you are.
I am trying to right the wrongs of my wife, your beloved sister, Marguerite.
What could she possibly have to do with all of this?
Armand, are you really so blind to the things that go on around you? Marguerite was my whole life. I lived only for the time we spent together. Then one day, quite by accident, I learned that she had conspired with the revolutionaries in the slaughter of an innocent family.
That is absurd! Marguerite left France to show her distaste for the revolution. Have you talked with her about these accusations?
What would you have me say, Armand? No excuse can justify such an act. No apology can restore those lives.
I will go to Marguerite. I am sure there is a simple explanation.
No, Armand. You will go on believing your sister is the innocent creature you've known all your life, and I will serve her penance, rescuing the innocents out of the jaws of Madame Guillotine.
Now, who is risking their life for folly, my lord?
The only man who fears for his life is the man who has something to live for. If I should die at the hands of the revolutionaries, so be it. If I could but summon up the courage to take my own life and be done with it.
But there must be some mistake. There has to be.
There has been no mistake, Armand. And now I must have your word that this will remain a matter between us. Marguerite must never learn about my discovery. Guard my secret well, Armand, and I will see that she continues to believe that you are as daring and brave as you profess. Now fetch our launch. The sooner we sail for England, the safer you'll be. It's easy to be a hero, to flirt with death itself, when all the love you feel disappears because of what she has done. There is a season for dreaming in the beginnings of time, when the door opens, the sunshine is bright. In the sun's ray she is matchless, gleaming with splendor sublime, and in that moment your soul turns white, brilliantly as the sun may glow, lustrous and unrefined. What you forget is how the sun can blind. When the glare blinds, you are sightless. Lost is the image of grace, and from the wind comes a chill across your face. It is day when you see her. If you are blind, it is night, and in the dark there's a tale untold. She may be warm to your senses, blissful with joy and delight, but when you waken, your heart is cold. How could the gods deceive me so, lure me with all their skill into a pain that only death can still? Now that the season is over, and towards the end I must ride, though she is gone, she is still by my side.
Scene 4 takes us to the Fisherman's Rest Inn at Dover. This two-story inn features a large, cozy downstairs that is divided by a staircase into a large, rough-hewn pub and a more refined reception area. Several private rooms are situated upstairs. As the scene progresses, the upstairs rooms of Chauvelin and the Countess de Tournay will be visible when lit. As the scene opens, several patrons are seated downstairs drinking and talking as the innkeeper readies his establishment for another busy night.
Welcome to England. No, I better make it sound sincere. Welcome to England. I've had these Frenchies up to here. How was your voyage? I hope you had a pleasant sail. May I attend you I know you've been through much travail. All these French immigrants are a nuisance. I say let them rot. Let them drown. We don't need any more of these Frenchies coming here and settling down. Once they land here in England, in Dover, nothing I can do but treat them well. They belong somewhere else, not in Dover. I hear they got room in hell.
Chauvelin enters the inn.
Welcome to England. I hope you had a pleasant sail. May I attend you? I know you've been through much travail.
Thank you for your concern, sir. England is far too cold. We have much warmer nights back home.
Yeah, I would imagine that Paris is ablaze with fear. Temperatures rising because of all the exiles here. We have a hero, of whom I'm sure you're quite aware. He saves them Frenchies and sends them to me humble care. Well, I don't know him, but he must be high class. I don't think he's one of the poor, do you? After all, to make all of them journeys costs a pretty penny too. Visitors who are coming tonight might know just who he is. Know him well, lords and ladies, acquainted with money. Might know of the Pimpernel.
Lords and ladies, how can a man in your lowly position hold such high regard for the idle rich?
Well, it's like this, Mr. Chauvelin.
Chauvelin.
If you say so. But you see, in England, somebody's got to be a lord, somebody's got to do the work. Me? I've got 5 rooms to let and a pub to run. If I waste my time worrying about who's got more than I got, I'd soon enough end up with less than what I got to begin with.
Your time will come. The seeds of revolution will cross the channel just as surely as I have. Discontent will spread and grow throughout this land.
Things don't grow all that well in England, Governor. Probably all their rain. If discontent hasn't taken root by now, I don't give it a hell of a chance.
Very well. Cling to your lot in life. Show me to my room, that's all I ask.
Well, we've got a bit of a problem there. The only room available for the night is currently occupied by Lady Blakeney.
Lady Blakeney?
You might know her by her Frenchy stage name. In Paris, she was known as Marguerite Saint-Just.
Marguerite.
Marguerite, is it? I can let her know you're here if you'd like.
No. It's been a long time. I would rather surprise her.
Lady Blakeney, there's a Mr. Chauvelin here to see you.
Oh, innkeeper, what is it? What is all this commotion about? I just wanted to rest until Lord Blakeney and my brother arrive, and now... Chauvelin.
Bonjour, Marguerite.
What are you doing here?
I'm serving the revolution, madam. Just as you have served it in your own unique way. I trust you've heard of this Scarlet Pimpernel.
Oh, I've heard of little else. Everyone talks of him here.
You disappoint me, Marguerite. It sounds as though you approve of this scoundrel's interference in the affairs of France.
Approve? My dear Chauvelin, approve is hardly the proper word. When I held sway over the gay Comédie Française of Paris, I often played a scullery maid, upper class or just a wife. Though it was fun to act as one with a story quite dramatic, I often dreamt of an attempt I would make in my own life. Then I reasoned why the fervor? What if I were an observer? Watch someone else's courage as they challenged all the odds. Now I'm engrossed watching the ghost Scarlet Pimpernel of England. What fun to dupe Robespierre's troop while he breaks off safe and sound. Getting away day after day is the stuff of boyish dreaming. But he's a man, and such a man I should like to be around.
What of your husband? What of Lord Blakeney? You led me to believe he was the true love of your life.
How can I nod to such a clod, even though I am his lady? Fixing his hat or his cravat is a fetish he won't stop. Can I affect ample respect for a man consumed by fashion? Lord he may be, but all I see is a wealthy, stupid fop. Have I a boot matching the fruit that we ate at dinner last night? This sort of tint with just a hint shading so it fools the eye. What can I wear to this affair when I have no other choices? People will say that Popinjay should go home and putrefy. I have grown so very weary of a man who's always cheery. He thinks life itself is petty, just a target for his jokes. Then when I hear of a career of a man who's so ingenious, I must confess, and you would guess, that his story lights a spark. What fortitude he must exude, laughing at his vain pursuers. It's all a game, glory and fame. What adventure, what a
It may seem a game to you, madam, but this is no lark. This man is the enemy of France, and I am sworn to capture him and bring him to trial. You can help. You know people of the nobility, you go everywhere.
We may both be French-born, Chauvelin, but I don't know what France stands for anymore. Innkeeper, alert me when Lord Blakeney and my brother Armand arrive.
Right.
Marguerite exits to her private upstairs chambers as Sir Andrew enters, the inn leading the Countess de Tournay and her daughter Suzanne.
Countess, welcome to England, welcome to England. I am sure you will like it here. Take a seat by the fire, make yourselves warm. You've traveled and suffered so much. Mademoiselle, let me help you take off your wrap.
Oh, sir, you're always so kind to me.
All I want is to touch your heart.
And a heart is all I'll allow you to touch. Where is the Pimpernel? Oh, where is your leader? I never knew just who he was.
I only follow him, I have no idea. All that I know is what he does.
He must be so heroic, risking his safety. I just wish Father were here too. We have suffered through so much in recent memory from the tribunals. A traitor made an accusation on my brother's name. First he lost his lands and then his family were carried off to the Bastille. He, his wife and child were guillotined to wild acclaim. Oh, the day they died we knew that any day our lives might be forfeit. We did dream that we'd escape my brother's lethal fate. All of this because an actress played a part in helping that bloodthirsty mob. They still have my husband there, while all we do is wait.
Pray tell what actress would do such a thing.
Chauvelin,
What a coincidence you and I should meet again so soon.
you've delivered us to the very man who's condemned us to die.
Fear not, you are on English soil now. He cannot harm you here.
I have a surprise for you, Madame la Comtesse. Lady Blakeney, your guests have arrived.
What guests? I'm not expecting anyone except Lord Blakeney. Suzanne.
Suzanne! I forbid you to speak to that woman. Keep your distance from my daughter, madame.
No one forbids me from talking to my friends.
Stay back, or I will wring your treacherous neck.
You are in England now, madame. Behave with appropriate dignity. if you know the meaning of the word.
Ah, it's just our luck, Armand. We enjoy 8 hours of smooth sailing on the English Channel and run into a hellish storm at our favorite pub. When two women start to squabble, act as though there's a flood. Drop your trousers from your knees so your ankles never see the fleshly spurting blood. When two women start to squabble, blindfold your open eyes. Like a man at his decapitation, this will save you exultation, also tranquilize. As to the clothes they exhibit, badly designed, they need my aid and assistance to look exquisitely refined. When two women start to squabble, stuff your ears with your thumbs. Though you've less for mathematics, with your thumbs up in your attics, you'll be safe when trouble comes. When two women start to squabble, if they're east, hurry west. Best you let them see your rear, so your virgin ears not hear, lest virgin ears protest. Thank your good Lord you are manly, women you're not. If there were nothing but women, England would positively rot. When these women here were men, no wasted words would be said. All this arguing would cease, and this inn would be at peace. 'Cause one man would be dead.
Who are you, sir?
Lord Percy Blakeney, at your service, madame. And this would be my brother-in-law, Armand St. Just.
Sir Andrew, please see that we leave this rude establishment as soon as possible. Come, Suzanne.
Stay for a moment.
Percy, you should have defended me.
Odds fish. I thought I had. I hope you have something more suitable to wear to the ball tonight.
Marguerite, will you see me to my ship?
It would be a pleasure. It appears nothing awaits me here but ridicule.
Innkeeper! Innkeeper, a drink for my friend Sir Andrew and for me. And while you're at it, pour a drink for everyone!
Why must you return to France so soon?
I cannot say.
There's something I must know, Armand. Are you in league with the Scarlet Pimpernel?
Please, Marguerite.
Are you the Scarlet Pimpernel? You can tell me.
Marguerite, there are things better left unknown.
Oh, Armand, what if you're captured or even killed? What would I do? You're the only family I have. Do not desert me, don't leave me. Who can I lean on when you're gone? Ever since I was 3 years old, you fed and sheltered and consoled. I can't imagine what would have happened if you'd not been there.
What about Percy? Won't he protect you? He's your husband.
When we first married, he loved me. Something has drawn him far away. The day we married, he was mine. I saw futures intertwine. But now he's lifeless, devoid of passion, and I am alone. Often I struggle to reach him. Always he acts with unconcern. That's why I need you here with me, and that is why you must return.
I need an answer. Please tell me, what have you done to?
What is it, Armand?
Whatever danger I must face, I will be watching over you.
I am one of his band, I'm quite often asked to give advice to the Pimpernel.
You had said that you knew him not, and his whereabouts were a mystery as well.
See this note it displays, Cecile. It was given to me to ensure its security.
You're a courier.
That's a part of it. There are secrets that I cannot tell.
I should go help my mother. She needs assistance.
Doesn't she trust me here with you?
I'm all she has left to her. She's quite protective. Though you are kind, you're someone new.
Stay for a moment more. I'm tired from the journey.
Only until my mother calls.
Chauvelin! Chauvelin!
Mr. Chauvelin, I have a proposition that might whet your appetite. If I find you information that will ease your pain and seeing me tonight, you can only be in England for one reason, that's the Scarlet Pimpernel. You want one thing only, I want my man only. He is lonely in his cell.
Didn't he save you, madam? Have you no debt to pay? How can you in all good conscience this courageous man betray?
You could never understand, you've never loved at all. You have no children, have no feelings. You love nothing.
I have feelings, Countess, but I have yet to have a woman or see a child that can equal my love for vengeance. Give me a passive victim, someone who won't fight back. Let me impose my will upon them. My joy is to attack. Show me a timid lady, someone who's not been lit. I take my greatest satisfaction seeing the maid submit. Others may have a softer heart, mine likes to tear the fools apart. It's not enough my will's imposed, I like to see their souls exposed. Fear is the motivator, making a man a goat. People will grant you any wish as long as you're at their throat. Terror in their eyes, peaceful my heart lies. Panic one observes, calms my tired nerves. When they face the sword, that's my own reward. Where is this English hero hiding his eminence? Better he not try more adventures if they're at my expense. Unmask this so-called savior, beat him with iron rod. Sooner or later he will shatter, calling upon his God. Gods are for weaklings, rich or needy. Without a god, they're all in doubt. Get rid of God and life has meaning. Worship yourself and be devout. Give me this true believer, thinking that life's divine, risking his life to save another's. His throat will soon be mine. You get your information and I'll see what I can do for your husband.
How do I know I can trust you?
You don't.
Sometimes when we're in danger, I have to calm them. Never have they seen Andrew fail. They may be frightened, so they ask for my guidance, knowing with me they will prevail. Fearlessly I court danger.
What I find even stranger is that you don't have any proof.
Suzanne! Suzanne! Come Now go upstairs.
Madame, you can trust me with your daughter. I, along with the Scarlet Pimpernel and his men, saved you.
So you say. Unfortunately, I have learned not to trust everything I hear.
Will you trust your eyes? See you this note with the Scarlet Pimpernel seal?
I am off to Paris on another mission. Gather the men and meet at the Prince's Ball, where the Scarlet Pimpernel will explain the task in detail. And it is signed by Armand St. Just. Who would have guessed he fights against the revolution his own sister supports?
Now, do you believe me?
I'm sure Suzanne will be suitably impressed.
And I would be suitably proud to escort you and Suzanne to the Prince's Ball tonight. It is a special party for the French immigrants who have escaped to England.
Now that we know you are truly on our side, how could we refuse a party in our honor?
Andrew, will you be riding back to London with us?
No, sir, I'll ride in later with the most beautiful girl in England on my arm.
Very well, till then.
As Percy and Marguerite exit, the Countess knocks on Chauvelin's door and hands him Sir Andrew's note. He quickly reads it.
Now with cheap right patrician, moral without a stain, strip her of her position, virtue will not remain. Now with the secret letter, ensnaring Blakeney's wife, once I've exposed her flesh much better, she'll yield her hero's life.
Scene 5 is at Lord Blakeney's estate in Percy's private chambers. Percy's working at a desk in a small secret room connected to his private chambers. He scratches out a note and carefully affixes the Scarlet Pimpernel's wax seal to the paper. He folds the note, then exits from the secret room into his chambers. He touches a hidden lever, and a large armoire rotates into position, neatly hiding his secret room from view.
Percy? Percy, I need to speak to you. Percy, we must talk.
First get dressed for the ball. If we have a moment after that, we will talk, but I must admit, in your present state, I doubt that there will be time.
Percy, please. It is important. I want you to know how much you hurt me today by not standing with me against the Countess.
And I want you to remember that you are in England now. You are a lady of station, and people of station do not air their soiled laundry in public places.
But you weren't there. You don't even know what the argument was
I
about.
am only sure it was nothing of my doing.
No, it is entirely my doing. But I was betrayed.
Enough of this chatter! Whatever bad blood exists between you and the Countess should remain between you and the Countess. I do not wish to be involved, and I do not wish for the rest of England to be involved. They've enough to gossip about as it is.
But you must understand.
No! You must understand, my lady. You will be leaving for the Prince's Ball in 1 hour. That leaves us little time to get prepared, and no time for your hysterics. Go now! Go to your quarters to ready yourself and leave me these precious moments so that I might do the same. may be warm to your senses, blissful with joy and delight. But when you waken, your heart is down. How could the gods deceive me so, lure me with all their skill into a pain that only death can Now that the season is over, and toward the end I must ride, though she is gone, she is still my
Scene 6 takes us to the Prince's Ball. The finest lords and ladies of England, along with numerous rescued French aristocrats, are engaged in an elegant dance. Everyone is dressed in her most expensive and stylish evening clothes, and the prince is nearby, proudly watching over his subjects.
Welcome to England, mesdames, messieurs, and mademoiselles. Welcome to England, where money has a different smell. In this fair country, our property is not a crime. Where you have come from, we all would live on borrowed time.
Liberty is rebellion's own daughter. All that really means to this poorly bred, that they now have the right to do slaughter, liberating neck from head.
Take equality, that's also favored. Everyone's equivalent over there. Since this sweet food for thought has been flavored, royal blood is there, eclair.
To conclude, they have chosen a third word. This they call fraternity, all for one. Their fraternity seems an absurd word when we see their justice done. You need not cower, you're safe from the rebellion's hand. They have no power to threaten you on English land. Sooner or later, their leadership will lose its stance. When it's all over, we'll celebrate in Paris.
Your Highness, allow me to present the respected attaché of the French government, Monsieur Chauvelin.
Monsieur, we will try to overlook our differences with the government you represent and treat you simply as an honored guest.
Thank you, monsieur.
Lord and Lady Blakeney.
Just the man to breathe some life into this affair. Sir Percy and Lady Blakeney, I'm so glad you've arrived at last. Let us hope our honored French guest won't take your late arrival as an insult.
Your lordship, if you cannot insult the French, who can you insult?
I swear, Percy, you've got the quickest mind in all of England, and the loveliest wife.
And I assure your Highness, it takes the former to keep pace with the latter.
I'm sure it does, my friend. I'm sure it does.
Bonsoir, Marguerite. You look radiant as always.
Spare me your compliments, Chauvelin. I've no intention of helping you.
I suspect you'll be reconsidering your intentions before long. When you held sway over the gay Comédie Française of Paris, I asked of you, could you make do, live as my means would allow? You made me sweat, played hard to get, my proposal went unheeded, laughing at me, bending my knee, trembling hand upon my brow. Then, as I turned from being spurned, I decided to repay you. Though I was poor, I was secure, knowing I had naught to lose. Don't turn away. Hear what I say. You had better wait a moment. I have Armand. You must respond. He is dead if you refuse. I have a note he's written and signed as well, binding him to your hero, your Scarlet Pimpernel. I know the Scarlet Pimpernel is here to rendezvous with his band of traitors. If you help me learn where and when that meeting will take place, I will see that Armand is spared.
But how will I learn of such a meeting?
You will find a way.
No, you're quite correct.
No, absolutely not.
I need your help.
Gads, what task is so menial you believe I'm the man to tackle it?
Circe, please.
My dear, what is wrong?
Please, I must speak with you in the privacy of the garden.
If you will excuse me, it seems there is a feminine crisis I must attend to.
And this fine peacock is Lord Percy Blakeney, the second wealthiest man in England.
Which is precisely why I dress as though I am the wealthiest. Don't laugh. Being a peacock is no easy task. What's the latest cut in clothes? Ask me, I'll tell you the news. Seat yourself and I'll disclose all of the latest taboos. I have looked for miles around, and I am certain and sure, inch for inch and pound for pound, brown should be used for manure.
Inch for inch and pound for pound, brown should be used for manure.
I have nothing bad to say of boots whose tone is brown. When one footstep goes astray, it saves from wiping them down. What's the latest cut in clothes? Ask me, I'll tell you the news. Seat yourself and I'll disclose all of the latest taboos.
What's the latest cut in clothes? Ask him, he'll tell you the news. Seat yourself and he'll disclose all of the latest taboos.
Gray is tall and black's a bore, you could be already dead. Brighten up or she'll ignore what you are doing in bed.
Brighten up or she'll ignore what you are doing in bed.
Black and white are overtures to spoiling all the fun. If the synthesis allures the woman might be a nun.
What's the latest cut in clothes? Ask him, he'll tell you the news. Seat yourself and he'll disclose all of the latest taboos.
Percy leads the others in a dance, during which the secret note is discreetly passed among several of the British gentlemen. The note will eventually end up with Sir Andrew. Marguerite takes notice as Andrew hides the note in the pocket of his jacket.
I know you will hardly believe it today, but once I was vulgar and loud. Whenever I went, I would hear people say,
That Blakeney chap should be wrapped in a shroud.
Dressed like a savage, repulsive, and coarse.
He's more than the eye, he's got a jaw.
we'll have to repel him, expel him by force.
Unless we redress this preposterous war.
I didn't know scarlet from indigo, olive from coppery, amber from apricot, so much for foppery, chestnut from crimson and salmon to coral, azure from purple, from lemon to sorrow. There was no hope for me, no magic ointment, and ere I knew it, a royal appointment. How was I to know what was de rigueur? I was unacquainted. Someone told me queens would not see a lord if his clothes are tainted. And the night before, as I lay awake, blanketed and bedded, I became afraid that the queen would ask to have me beheaded. What's the latest cut in clothes? That's what I asked of myself. Hurriedly, I looked among all of the rags on my shelf. Then somehow from God above came a reprieve from my dread. The queen had taken sick that day and needed to rest in a bed. From that day I always dress as though I'd meet a queen. Every day I look my best, no matter where I am seen. I've heard rumors left and right of people who dress as they please. These are people that delight in facing you when they sneeze. Shine your buttons and your boots, there is so much you can do. Anyone can look superb, with an exception or two.
Anyone can look superb with an exception or two.
With an exception.
With an exception.
With an exception.
With an exception. With an exception. Or two.
Marguerite, have you been here long and you drove the horses so fast I thought they would drop? Tell me, whom should I meet? I'm dying to know what's current in English affairs. I asked Andrew, but his attention was focused solely on racing without a stop. Mama got so ill, called him imbecile. She kept muttering all of her prayers. That dance your husband led, it gave me no rest.
Marguerite Blakeney, you're looking ravishing. Have you no mercy for all of the ladies here?
I will have mercy when they will allow me to dance with you all by myself for a while.
It would be my honor. If you will excuse me, Suzanne.
Mademoiselle, your mother harbors strong distrust for my wife. I hope your conversation with Marguerite will not lead to another confrontation.
It would take more than a stern word from my mother to keep me away from a dear friend like Marguerite.
Suzanne, there is no need to prolong the charade for my benefit. I am regretfully aware of Marguerite's role in the demise of your uncle's family.
Lord Blakeney, Marguerite was not responsible for their deaths.
Others seem to have different opinions in the matter, Suzanne.
Don't be misled by the things my mother says. There never has been any love lost between my family and Marguerite's, especially since my uncle humiliated Armand.
Armand?
When Armand met my cousin, he soon adored her. He quite forgot that he was poor. When Uncle realized Armand was determined, his servants found Armand and nearly killed him. Nearly killed him. Then when the revolutions needed more victims, knowing of Marguerite's renown, they tricked her into naming evil aristos, families whose rank should be brought down. She didn't know they'd lose their lives. Lord Blakeney, have I said something to upset you?
No. No, heavens, no, dear. Quite to the contrary, it's just that Armand never mentioned such an incident.
I doubt it's something he's anxious to discuss. He was left in the street, like a beaten dog.
I'm sorry, I had no idea. Suzanne, would you excuse me for a moment? Marguerite! Forgive the interruption, Sir Andrew, but I've suddenly seized with an overpowering urge to dance with my own wife.
I'm sorry, my lord. You had your opportunity. Now, kindly step aside so I might enjoy this dance with Sir Andrew. Before long, the single women will have him all to themselves.
But Marguerite, there's something I must tell you.
Ah, there you are, Percy. A matter has come up that demands your immediate attention.
Unless we're at war, your highness, it will have to wait. I am about to enjoy the pleasure of a dance with Lady Blakeney.
Sorry, my friend, but your dance has been delayed. This prize bottle is 200 years old, and it won't wait another moment. Come now, we are the only men here worthy of such a vintage.
As the prince leads Percy away, Marguerite skillfully dances Andrew into an adjoining private room.
Andrew, have I ever mentioned you dance divinely? I feel I'm dancing on air. All the time I visaged you as clumsy or awkward. I am amazed at your flair.
Don't you want to rest? Aren't you getting tired from dancing? Don't you want to rest your feet a while?
When you're near, there's no fatigue, no boredom. Don't you feel the way our hands and bodies want to reconcile? Won't you help me warm my shoulders? Hold me a moment. They're shaking. I'm getting a chill.
Let me get your husband's cloak.
They're shaking quite badly. Just hold me until they are still.
Let me get his cloak. That is my concern.
May I borrow yours until you return?
Andrew quickly gives Marguerite his jacket and rushes out. She reaches into his jacket and removes the Pimpernel's note. She starts to unfold it, then hesitates.
Armand, the guidance you gave me, teaching me morals, right from wrong. You never asked for recompense. You never needed my defense. And while I watched you, I swore devotion to my brother's life. What would you tell me to do now? I can protect you, but at what cost? A peerless man I've yearned to see, who risks his life to make men free. I can't betray him, nor can I lose you, and I have no time.
I leave tomorrow for Calais. Should you need me, I will be in the prince's study at precisely 12 midnight. The Scarlet Pimpernel.
Marguerite leaves the room and enters the ballroom where a festive dance is in progress. She spies Chauvelin, pulls him into a dance, and whispers something into his ear. As the ballroom's grandfather clock begins to strike, Chauvelin abruptly leaves Marguerite, knifes his way through the ballroom, and races up a flight of stairs. He throws open the door to the prince's study just as the clock strikes 12 midnight. The room is dark. Chauvelin lights a single gas light, and the room is illuminated just enough to make out the unmistakable form of Lord Percy Blakeney, passed out drunk next to the prince's prized bottle of wine. Chauvelin is disgusted to find an effete drunkard instead of his daring prey. Assuming Marguerite has lied to him, he turns to exit, then stops dead in his tracks and looks back at the sleeping lord as the lights fade on the end of Act 1. Act 2, Scene 1. The prince's gala party is winding down, and the elegant guests pay their respects to their host as they depart.
delightful. This palace stands back in France. They'd like to burn it to the ground. For we've left there and lost our lands. What has gone around will come around.
What a party we had tonight. Who'd have thought we'd get along so well, the English and the French? I was worried that you just might hold your noses from each other's stench. Godspeed to you one and all. May your journeys to your homes be filled with merveilleux esprit. Should you need favors large or small, do not hesitate to ask of me.
What a kind man, our Prince of Wales. He is generous to all we know. What a difference from La Belle France. All that trouble seems so long ago.
Chauvelin, is it done then? Did you see him? Tell me what occurred. Was he there? Did you know him? You had promised. You gave me your word you'd save Armand.
I saw him. Your English hero does exist.
Have we agreed then? Is Armand safe now from your traitors' list?
Have you no burning interest who your gallant hero is? Dreaming of the day you'd meet him, don't you want this name of his?
Please, Chauvelin, please don't tell me. Better I'm left here unknowing. Once more I've sentenced to perish. Once more I'm forced to cause blood flowing. All of my family is Armand. All that concerns me is Armand. No! You had said you have seen him. You have found your prey. We agreed you would help me get Armand away.
You've done quite well, my lady, more than you could imagine. With profound regret, I tell you, Armand St. Just is a traitor and must die!
There you are, my dear. Come with me. There is something I must tell you now. Marguerite, my love. I have learned something tonight. I have learned that I have been a fool. I have kept secrets too long. Secrets about you, secrets about myself, but no more. I need for you to know the truth at last.
Percy, I don't know what silly game you're playing, but I haven't the time. I must find the prince at once. Only he can help me now.
Please, my lady, hear what I have to say, and you will see that I'm here for you once again. There is nothing the prince can do for you that I would not gladly do myself.
I can depend on you for little more than a witty aside or a reprimand for violating some tedious British custom. And I refuse to risk my brother's life on the off chance that you may finally care about someone besides yourself.
What is this about risking Armand's life?
Chauvelin has proof that he is a traitor to France, and the great Scarlet Pimpernel is to blame. What kind of foolish coward entices other men to play out his heroic fantasy?
Are you certain about this? What proof does Chauvelin have?
All that he needs. A letter that reveals the reason for Armand's return to France.
You must write to our home at once. I will get word to those who can help Armand.
Who is the Scarlet Pimpernel?
Please, Marguerite, I realize I have given you precious little reason to believe in me, but you must trust me now. There is not a secret in England that can't be had for the right price.
I want to stay here. I can help.
The people I must deal with be wary of me, and they will never come forward if I am not alone. Go now. remember, if need be, I will use every means and every pound to guarantee Armand's safe return. It's easy to be a hero if dying holds no fear. It's easy to be a hero if no one holds you dear. It's easy to be a hero when love has disappeared. It's easy to be courageous if youth is on your side. It's easy to be courageous if you have lost the bride. It's easy to be courageous if you are dead inside. Once I had a fear of my own death. Once I thought of her with every breath. In the dawn of a new kind of world, I heard she gave a helping hand, aiding Robespierre's infernal band. In the dawn of his new kind of world, not with the thunderclap our old world's demolished, not with explosive words or deeds, only with whispers are the old rules abolished. Softly the new world plants its seeds, plants its seeds. With a whisper I saw my life change, and again my life was rearranged to a dawn of a new kind of world. 'Twas easy to be courageous with no one by my side. 'Twas easy to be courageous when I had lost the bride. 'Twas easy to be courageous when I was dead inside. Now I know she's free of any guilt, and the walls around me that I built will be gone in a new kind of world. If I could but tell her what I know, then our love again could heal and grow in the dawn of a new kind of world. Let me be valorous just once more for her sake. Let me be strong and unafraid. Let me look in the eyes of death just for her. Make me truly be the part I played, part I played. It was easy when I didn't care. Dying matters most when love is there. In the dawn of a new kind of world.
Scene 2. Marguerite's private chambers at Lord Blakeney's estate. Suzanne and Andrew are seated on Marguerite's bed, locked in a passionate embrace. Suddenly, Andrew pulls away, gets to his feet, and paces nervously about the room.
What is the problem this time?
Who said there was a problem?
Andrew, have
you ever been on a fox hunt?
Of course I have. Dozens of them.
What do you enjoy most? The chase? Or the moment of truth when the hounds have treed the fox and the hunters move in for the kill?
I ride only for the chase. I leave it to the lesser men to slay innocent creatures.
Just this once, let's pretend that it's your turn to make the kill. This helpless creature is ready for you, Andrew.
Hold on there! You're not talking about fox hunting. And that is what is wrong. The woman is not supposed to do the chasing. It's the man's responsibility.
Chasing, catching, what difference does it make as long as the end result is the same?
It matters to an Englishman.
When I left France this morning, it was 1792. Then I crossed the English Channel and discovered an entire country still trapped in the Dark Ages.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
It means there will be hell to pay when my mother learns that I've been out with you all night.
But we haven't done anything wrong.
I will be punished severely just the same. Surely, punishing the innocent must offend your sensibilities as an Englishman.
I'm not sure innocence is the issue at hand in this case.
Marguerite.
Lady Blakeney!
It's almost 5 in the morning. What are you two lovebirds doing here? I thought you were with your mother. How did you two disappear? We thought we'd ask you a favor. Mama will ask us where we were. Would you be our shelter? Say we were here much earlier. Should you have waited for Percy, English-born, he'd not known what to do. In France, these clandestine meetings certainly are nothing new. Lord Blakeney probably guessed we saw him just as we left the ball. He's off now heading for Dover.
What? You went where?
I don't recall. You forgot Sir Percy's cloak last night. I brought it with me.
Are you sure that he said Dover? Did you hear him right? Clear as clear can be.
Marguerite? Is something the matter?
No, I'm sure it's nothing. I'm only tired from the coach ride.
And our alibi?
Sir Andrew, Suzanne and you were with me all evening. Now why should you require an alibi?
Scene 3 takes us to Lord Blakeney's private chambers. As Marguerite enters carrying Percy's cloak, still pondering his whereabouts as she crosses to the large armoire. After a moment, she accidentally activates the lever that causes the armoire to swing away from the wall, exposing the Scarlet Pimpernel's secret chamber. She studies the array of maps, disguises, and weapons that adorn the walls of the room. When she finds the Scarlet Pimpernel seal on the desk, the realization of Percy's secret identity hits home.
How could I have been so stupid? How could I have been so blind? How could I have failed to see what was so clear? All the times that I despised him, mocking him within my mind, searching for a hero everywhere but here. Day after day I dreamt of someone daring. Week after week I saw this man uncaring. Months when I thought that he was shallow, empty, I've been the shallow, empty one. Only someone truly noble, only someone great and good, stands against the whirlwind when he knows he should. Chauvelin's on his track. He was in the room last night. If he's caught, the French will kill him. Have I sent him to his death? Chauvelin will follow Percy's trail. He'll gather all his soldiers to avail. Oh, please let me have Percy to prevail. I will have to cross the channel. I will have to find him first. Can I reach my love before it is too late? What if all I do is cursed? Chauvelin will have his soldiers there in wait. Will he be noticed if he's all alone there? Can he be safe if he is on his own there? Once he has landed there, he'll have no shelter. There will be no place left to run. May the Lord be gentle with me. I have nothing left to lose. Let the winds help me to quickly fly. Oh, I don't want the man I love to die. Oh, I may have one chance to say goodbye. Goodbye.
My lady, I was just about to leave, and I was wondering...
Suzanne, you must tell me everything you discussed with Lord Blakeney.
I'm sorry, Marguerite, but it was Andrew who spoke to your husband. All I ever heard was that he was bound for Dover.
Andrew, tell me what is planned. When is Percy sailing and on what ship?
Oh, my lady, the hour was late. And I'm afraid my thinking was clouded by Suzanne's beauty. I'm not at all sure what Lord Blakeney said. I'm not even sure he mentioned sailing for Dover.
Sir Andrew, I am sure my husband would appreciate your loyalty, but there is nothing you can hide from me any longer. I know that Percy and the Scarlet Pimpernel are one and the same. He is in grave danger. And even now, he could be walking into Chauvelin's trap.
The French have tried to snare the Pimpernel before. He's much too clever for them.
But now they know his identity. They will not be searching for some elusive prey. They will be looking for Percy. We must stop him before he sails for France.
My Lady Blakeney, your husband sailed on the Daydream over an hour ago. Please see that Suzanne gets home safely. I will leave for France at once and do whatever I can to help.
I have been left out of these matters for far too long. I will go with you. How can I help?
No women can be involved. Lord Blakeney established the rules himself, and I shall not break them.
Oh, the rules have changed. My husband's life is at stake. That gives me the right to go. And I speak the language, Sir Andrew. I'll be much less conspicuous than another high-toned English lord.
It's against my better judgment. But you may well be of service. We're off then! There's not a moment to spare!
Scene 5 takes us back to the prison cells of the Bastille.
What a day for revelry and amusement! Not a cloud to blot this jolly affair. Just when we feel sated, our memory reminds us there's always more room for a head on the guillotine stair. If you value your heads, make sure all who enter show valid papers. 3 days ago, the cursed Scarlet Pimpernel made off with the prisoners from this very cell. The guards who let him escape are now considerably shorter. What a pleasure cutting the necks of aristos! Traitors all, what fun to observe them in there! When they beg for mercy, we merely inform them there's always more room for a head on the guillotine stair. Everywhere you look in the streets, there is blood to moisten the bricks. Blood that flows as though it were water, as though it were water to bless this endeavor. The ones we guard who snivel the loudest are pummeled, silent with sticks. We don't care if they detest all of us, once they have left here, they're silent forever. What an honor we were chosen to work here. Most of France would love this privilege rare. Uniforms that gleam without any bloodstains. As long as we're here and not near to the guillotine stair. Is the state of your attire more urgent than the state of your conscience? Are stains on uniforms more grave than stains upon your souls? Have you left your senses? Don't you fear the wrath of God?
Shut his mouth, I've heard him over
of God!
Thrash him well, I don't want to hear him again.
You'll have to tell me to shut me up.
For a change, he's made a useful suggestion. For once, let's not wait for a head on the guillotine stair.
Guard 1 exits. As Guard 2 moves in for the kill, Armand enters the cell area dressed as a French soldier.
Gentlemen, let me approach. I've been sent by Monsieur Chauvelin. He has asked me to bring him this scum. He has questions to ask of this man.
I don't know you. Show me papers. Show me papers.
I must obtain him at once. You must hand this man over to me. Do you want me to tell Chauvelin? Should I let him know you disagree?
I don't know you. Show me papers. Have you papers? I want papers! I won't leave here with this man. I'll not be questioned. I won't leave here with this man. I'll not be questioned.
While Guard 2's attention is diverted, Armand cracks him on the head with a stool. Guard 2 falls at the Count's feet. Armand ducks out of sight as Guard 1 re-enters.
What the hell is taking so long with the prisoner? Finish him! Who the hell are you?
Guard 1 draws his sword and moves in on Armand. Armand is paralyzed with fear. He stands motionless. The Count grabs a dagger from falling Guard 2 and expertly throws it at Guard 1. The dagger sticks into Guard's back and he falls against Armand as he slides to the floor. Armand is speechless. The Count takes the sword from Armand's sheath and hands it to Armand.
Hold me at sword's length and lead me out. It's our only chance. Do it now!
Armand puts the point of the sword against his back and they exit. Scene 6. The Grey Cat Inn at Calais. This dusty, moldy inn is a traveler's nightmare. Jacques, a scraggly, dirty innkeeper, swats an occasional fly as he makes a half-hearted attempt at cleaning the place up.
Don't give me orders. I tell you I am no one's slave. I bow to no one. And no one says to me, behave. We are all equal. The revolution told me so. No one exceeds me. We're all upon the same plateau. Don't make me put on airs like a peacock. Airs are for the ones who have lost their heads. Now I'm good as the next, 'cause I'm free. Knock wood, I never had silk threads. Once they called this disgusting and foul, treated me like dirt underneath their feet. If they came to this pigsty right now, I'll wager they would gladly eat. Now I am royal, since everyone was made the king. This is my palace, and I don't have to change a thing. Kings have no masters, except the one who's in the sky. Since he's been outlawed, I'm lord of all that meets my eye.
Innkeeper! Innkeeper, does anyone own this filthy hole?
You watch your language. Your money I can do without. You are in France now. Insult me and I'll throw you out.
Pardon his manners. He's unaccustomed to such wealth. This can derange him, endangering his mental health.
That excuse doesn't hold for the English. All of them are mad. Look at how they're fed. Savages who eat eggs in the morning. Everyone's an addled head.
We are so sorry. Your honor was not given due.
Just watch your manners. In France I am as good as you.
We are looking for someone we know. Was someone here tonight? He's English, expensively dressed, colorful and bright.
You'd not miss him. He'd look out of place among the jewels here. I can tell by that look on your face.
You're honest and sincere.
I am an old man. My memory is often poor. I might remember, but I can never be quite sure.
Andrew hands Jacques several coins.
Oh, now I remember. He came here not an hour ago. Said he'd return here before I heard the rooster crow.
We must find Percy. He could not have strayed far from such a dreadful place.
I will search for him. You wait here, and if he arrives before I return, both of you should sail for England without me.
But you don't speak French. How will you make the necessary inquiries?
You'll notice I speak the universal language.
Andrew jingles a purse full of coins, then points upstairs to a small loft-like room, obscured from view by a filthy blanket that serves as a door.
Stay up there, out of sight. If I find Lord Blakeney, I'll send him here to you. Then I will rescue Armand.
Monsieur, I wonder if I might go upstairs and rest for a while.
It will cost you a franc. Whether you rest for a while or rest for the night, it's all the same to me.
Marguerite hands Jacques a coin and cautiously climbs the rickety stairs to her hiding place and disappears from view behind the makeshift door. Just as Marguerite is safely out of sight, a French army officer enters the inn and carefully looks about. Satisfied the inn is empty, he signals to someone outside. Chauvelin enters, dressed in a priest's hooded garments. Chauvelin's face is partially obscured as he calls to the innkeeper.
You there! Has a wealthy Englishman visited this place today?
What business is it of yours, your holiness?
It is the business of the New France, and if you value your head, you'll answer truthfully.
Oh, such a man ate at this very table earlier today. He'll be back before long.
Tell me more.
He inquired about a certain Jew who is known to hire out his horse and cart. He goes by the name of Jacob.
And what hovel does this Jacob call home?
It is not far from here. It is behind the market, just east of here.
Do you know of this market?
Yes, sir.
Then go there with your best men and bring this cart-renting Jew back to me. Since I am the only one to know our English trade by sight, I'll stay behind in case he returns. He won't recognize me in this disguise. Food!
Yes, sir. Immediately, sir.
Chauvelin pauses and sniffs the air. He catches a scent of a familiar perfume. Then he casts an eye towards the loft where Marguerite is hiding and smiles knowingly. He swaggers to the dining room, takes a seat at the table beneath a large ornate chandelier, and reacts as someone approaches.
What's the latest cut in clothes? Ask me, I'll tell you the news. Seat yourself and I'll disclose all of the latest taboos. I have thought for days on end, where's the answer that's clear? Here's attire I can't defend. Chauvelin needs a clothier. Gads, monsieur, I never guessed that you were so devout. Is this frock your very best? I wouldn't show it about. Do you only dress in black? Have you no sense of ennui? Inside every simple hack, a fop has a wish to be free. You should give up priestly work. You look exhausted and tired. There must be less beastly work to polish the soul you've acquired. My apologies, sir. For a moment I forgot you traded what soul you possess for the grand position in this proud new land.
Souls are just illusion, fantasies of man, just a self-delusion that some fool began.
That's a strange idea, out of the mouth of a priest. When you next disguise yourself, match your soul at least.
Can a soul be tasted?
Tasted.
Can a soul be smelled?
Smell.
Can a soul be seen or touched? Can a soul be held?
There's one way you've not mentioned.
Really?
You forgot a word.
What word?
If you pay attention, clothes are clearly heard.
How did you imagine this internal voice?
That was my decision. I felt God by choice.
Do you think he's watching everything you do?
God is here beside me. His eyes are watching you.
Why pay me a visit?
Your soul is black as night.
That's how I prefer it.
Do you fear the light? This is not confession. This is not my gown. God would never allow you so close to him. I will strike you down.
Percy quickly draws his his sword and deftly slices the rope that supports the large chandelier. As the chandelier crashes down on Chauvelin, Percy dives headlong through an elaborate window and escapes, just moments before 6 soldiers enter the inn and rush to Chauvelin's aid.
Imbeciles! I had the Scarlet Pimpernel trapped until he heard your infernal singing. If he escapes from Calais, I will hang your heads from the rafters of this inn! Then again, perhaps you've unwittingly helped me capture the Pimpernel's entire wretched band. That is, if we're able to dangle the proper bait. Gentlemen, have you had much time for amusement? Free the steam inside that has come to a boil. You deserve a fitting reward for your labor. It's time that you finally savored the fruits of your toil. Have you had just a moment alone with a lady? Time to smell the fragrant scent of perfume. Feel the tender hands of a woman caress you. Now what if I told you a beauty was yours to consume? No one likes a person who's greedy. You have to promise to share. As you know, our own revolution says all of us share in the fortunes of others. Remember, you are government soldiers. Your deeds must show you are fair. Share and share alike for the lot of you. While she is yours, treat each other like brothers. Now that you're aware of the chance that awaits you, see if you can sniff a whiff of perfume. Always keep in mind the cause that relates you. The woman you seek to enjoy is concealed in this room!
The soldiers search the room. After a moment, Chauvelin climbs the stairs, pulls back the blanket, and reveals Marguerite.
What have we here? What a surprise. Tell me, my dear, why are you here? Don't tell me lies. Why don't we guess? Let's play a game. Make her undress. She will confess just why she came.
Monsieur Chauvelin, we have found the man they call Jacob.
Ah, so you have. Keep your distance, you filthy pig. Have you seen an Englishman about, richly dressed in bright array? There must be no question or a doubt, or you'll not see the light of day.
I have seen him.
When?
Just hours ago, looking for a cart horse. He took mine.
You let him go? Can you follow tracks?
Of course.
All of you come with me, we'll follow this cursed Jew. Once we have found our quarry, you can let him enjoy her too. Be grateful I don't crack your pious religious head. If you fail to find his track, they'll beat you until you're dead. Tie her securely and bring her along.
Chauvelin and his men leave the inn with Jacob and Marguerite. Scene 7. Sir Andrew is inside the fisherman's hut on the coast of France. We now see that the simple hut is one of the Scarlet Pimpernel's safe houses.
Ho there! Is anyone inside?
Andrew quickly conceals himself in a closet. The door opens slowly and Armand cautiously enters and surveys the hut. Satisfied all is well, he signals outside, and the Count de Tournay enters.
Gave him the slip, we're as good as in England.
There is the channel we haven't crossed yet. I am afraid to
I'm here to guard you, why should you worry? Soon as our leader meets us, we'll leave here.
I wish he'd hurry, we are in danger. Time is not on our side.
I'm here to guard you, I can protect you. Nothing ever frightens me.
Die, English dogs! Nothing ever frightens me. If you'd only seen your face, Armand.
You're supposed to be in England. What are you doing here?
What's going on here? Surely this fool cannot be the Scarlet Pimpernel.
You are quite correct, sir. It was a childish prank to get the best of my friend. I am Sir Andrew Ffoulkes. Please accept my apologies and my assistance in getting you to safety.
Where is Lord Blakeney?
Plans have changed, Armand. Chauvelin knows the Pimpernel's true identity. Your sister and I have come to Calais to warn Lord Blakeney.
You've dragged Marguerite into this? Are you mad?
I had no choice, but she is safe. I found Lord Blakeney. He will put Marguerite on the first ship out of Calais. You and the Count will sail from the south, from Normandy.
Andrew removes a note from his jacket and sets fire to it. He blows it out before it is totally consumed in flame.
We will leave this note behind. It states that you will be sailing from Calais as well. If the soldiers subtract you from the Bastille, this will put them onto the wrong train.
Why aren't you sailing with us?
I have been asked to wait here to help our leader and his wife if the plan goes astray. I am the best man for such a task.
It's easy to be a hero.
I've heard the song before.
I love the smell of danger about.
It's violence that you abhor.
It's easy to be a hero.
And we thought it was hard.
It comes to me quite naturally.
Just as long as there's nothing to guard. Hero, he thinks he's a hero, true.
Savior of all the oppressed.
If we have to depend on him, we are through.
Invincible am I in any test. You go, I'll stay.
Shut up and don't protest.
She is my sister. It is my right and duty to protect her.
We both have our orders, Armand. You are to make sure the Count gets on that ship.
Orders be damned! I'll not leave France until I am certain Marguerite is safe.
Keep your wits about you, my friend. Maybe the Pimpernel swords serve you well. There's no time to spare. Let's go!
Good luck, Armand.
A man knows when duty calls him. It's clear as break of day. The instinct for the challenge he sees can never lead him astray. I am a coward. I'm frightened. Mama and Papa make me brave. I don't remember being held, having my childish fears dispelled. There was no haven, no arms to run to when I was afraid. I'm always running from danger. Can't I be daring just this once? Just this once. Just this once. Just this once.
When his eyes will give his skin a dividing, before Madame Guillotine offers the victim a hood. No more will we have to hear that we're brainless, letting him slip through our fingers at will. When he's caught, his sentence will be far from painless.
Bring them to me.
The soldiers drag Jacob and Marguerite to Chauvelin. Marguerite's hands are securely tied.
Are you sure that this is the hut we are seeking? I don't want to hear another excuse. One more blunder and you will suffer a beating. This is your last chance till I set them loose.
This is his hut. I'm certain.
Surround the hut and bring me the traitorous scum you find inside.
Percy, run! It's a trap!
A bit late to be playing the loyal bride, isn't it, my dear?
Chauvelin slaps her across the face and she falls to her knees. As Jacob moves in to assist her, Chauvelin stops him.
Keep your disgusting hands away from her until it's your turn.
Sir, the hut is empty.
That's impossible. Unless you have tracked the wrong horse once again.
I swear, sir, these tracks are my horse and wagon. There has been no mistake.
Sir, we found this note. They're sailing for Calais at midnight.
I told you I was right.
You fool! You've helped them escape! Teach this Jewish snail to move faster next time France needs his assistance.
The soldiers and Chauvelin beat Jacob until he lies motionless. Chauvelin delivers one final kick, then pulls Marguerite to her feet and shows her off like a trophy.
That's the treatment that awaits all if the Pimpernel leaves Calais alive. And take further note that the rules have changed. The man who stops the Pimpernel shall have the exclusive use of this lovely prize.
The soldiers rush off as Chauvelin approaches Marguerite, kneels beside her, and strokes her hair. As he touches Marguerite, his anger subsides.
They're gone, you must know this. Your choice is not yet made. All you must do is just dismiss this husband who was afraid. Your husband left you here to die, leaving you to the fire. Here stands a man who can supply the manhood that you require. You must remember you're not English. French you were born and French you'll stay. Join me and we can change our country. You have no other game to play. Join me. Join me! Join me! You've had your chance, my love. I will see you in hell!
Chauvelin kisses Marguerite roughly, throws her aside, and storms off. Marguerite struggles to free her hands, but fails.
Where are you now? Don't come for me. Leave me without a regret. All I've betrayed, all I've condemned, here I repay my debt. You've always been selfless, saving those with no hope. Now you must think of your own life. Fly far from here, far from this place. Find a wife you can embrace.
Jacob regains consciousness and makes his way to Marguerite, carefully unties her hands, and takes her in his arms.
I've already have the only wife I'll ever embrace.
Percy, my love.
He holds her close. As they kiss, Chauvelin enters with one soldier.
Now isn't this a touching sight? Very clever, my lord. A daring plan indeed. Too bad you've tempted fate by meddling in our affairs once too often.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Chauvelin, but I found fate is best tempted when one stacks the odds in his own favor. Sir Andrew, my sword, if you please.
It seems Sir Andrew has decided to save his own neck. Have you any other tricks up your sleeve, Blakeney? Are you finally ready to die?
No!
Don't worry. You'll forget him soon enough.
Suddenly, Armand appears and hurls his dagger into the soldier's chest. The soldier grabs for the blade and falls to the ground. Armand flashes a Pimpernel sword and Chauvelin wheels around to face him. As the two men square off, Percy grabs the fallen soldier's sword and approaches Chauvelin.
I'll finish this devil myself. Take Marguerite and head for the boat.
It's not your battle, Armand. It never has been. See to your sister and throw me my sword. This scoundrel deserves to die on English steel!
The Pimpernel boldly throws the soldier's weapon aside. Armand throws his sword to the Pimpernel just as Chauvelin charges. With one smooth motion, the Pimpernel catches the sword, counters Chauvelin's attack, and a fierce duel ensues. Finally, they come together, their weapons locked in a test of strength. Chauvelin frees his weapon and strikes the Pimpernel in the jaw with the butt of his sword. The Pimpernel is dazed. Chauvelin lunges in for the kill. The Pimpernel ducks to his knees and impales Chauvelin cleanly through the heart. Chauvelin grabs the Pimpernel's blade, then crumbles to the ground.
Go ahead, Armand. Run the boat to wait for us at Normandy. We'll be right behind you. It has been an honor to serve with you. Odds fish, my lady. Surely you're not going to sail to England dressed like that.
the sky.